Hi, guys. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So I'm told to pull two cards. Two cards. Hashtag one, hashtag two. I'm pulling from two different decks. So we're going to start with hashtag one. Ooh, oh, turning heads, but oh, girl, you okay? She might not be okay. Hold on, let me find the meaning. Card number 20. Chinamasta. Chinamasta. Look at that. Oh my god, that might be an issue. Oopsie. Sacred severance is her radical grace. Ooh. She is our soul's power to shed and survive, to outgrow and evolve. When the soul needs to separate itself from that on which it once relied, be it a view of ourselves or the world or a group or belief system that cannot support the truths of the heart. She is the capacity, sovereignty, and courage required for self liberation. Systems of oppression within your mind and your world will be overcome. You have the power to sever your attachment to the past and focus on inner regeneration and reorientation, healing into a path that is worthy of your heart. Woohoo! Oh my goodness. Those who chose hashtag one, you're entering into an extremely powerful period. Major changes, major shifts. Like, this is huge. Huge. The fifth of the Mahavidya wisdom goddesses is a most shocking form of Kali, Chinnamasta. She is a divine feminine avatar, self decapitated and partaking of the blood that emerges from her throat. The name Chinnamasta translates as beheaded. She signifies a powerful activation of the spiritual path through the confrontation of oppressive behaviors. Oof. Self limiting attitudes. And intellectual dominance of intuition. These are all the ways in which you're potentially betraying yourself. Oh, Lord. The head is a symbol of the known, of thinking, of forms of authority. It is the head that wears the crown, the sign of status and power. Unrestrained by authority, she's able to overpower it. For our human selves, the head is the locus of control. So during a Chinnamasta initiation, you will not understand what is happening, and you won't know how everything is going to turn out. This is as it is meant to be and not something you need to worry about or fight against. Chinnamasta is potent medicine for liberation. Her graphic iconography differentiates her from other forms of Kali that wear her favorite accoutrements of severed heads and skull garlands. Chinnamasta's severance is of her own head. This represents self liberation. We do not need to wait for another to intervene. She shows the way to save ourselves, to move from inner courage and inner wisdom. Her presence can indicate a time when you must trust yourself completely without external support systems to rely on. The beliefs and constructs that once supported you will no longer be able to do so. Success cannot come from the tried and true paths of the past. You are evolving beyond that. It is time to rest in the void and allow for a new way to emerge. This is ridiculously powerful. Despite the inherent violence in the image, Chinnamasta is not dead. Blood is flowing. She is very much alive. No matter how severe the challenges you are encountering, no matter what you let go of, which you once identified with or cherished, your life shall continue. You, the real you, which is not who you thought it was, is breaking free into more life, not less. Sometimes the old systems have to fall for the new order to be established. Things will never be the same because your real self is powerful enough to shed the false layers and radiate its inner beauty and wisdom more freely. Her partaking of blood symbolizes the capacity to be nourished and fed by change rather than devastated or destroyed by them. It is reassurance that at a deeper level, you are gaining something from the chaos and deconstruction in your being and your life. As you continue to move through the process of change, you will gain energy for something new. Chinamasta is self nourishing through the spiritually conscious application of destructive energy. Chinamasa shows us that transformation is not about trying to change others. It is about tackling our views, our fixed identities, and our attachments to power and status. Even if a situation is causing us pain and it appears to be under the control of another person, Chinamasta initiates us into using our spiritual power to free ourselves. Her teaching is that we have the means to become free within us. We do not need to control outer circumstances or other people. Within us is the energy we need to continue on our path. We can draw what we need from within. Chinamasta leads us into deeper terrain where we can release tendencies to self sabotage through ignoring our intuition, our truth, and our needs. We have the power to get out of our own way. You need to get out of your own way. I think for some of us, this process is going to be presented or experienced in such a way where it feels like you're losing your head. But are you? I think what you're losing is the imbalance, the perception that other people know what's better for you than you know for yourself. It's time for you to reclaim your power. And you do that by making decisions on your own terms in your own time, and then allowing yourself to experience what the end result of that decision is. Not every decision you make is going to feel good. Not every decision you make or option you choose is going to give you a result that you're going to feel proud of. But I think it's important to know every decision you make takes you one step closer to the reclamation of self and the liberation of your truth. For many of us, we keep this truth under lock and key. Why? Because it is a truth so profound that it would make it impossible for you to continue playing the limited roles that you've gotten comfortable playing. It's time for you to become what you are destined to be. And that time is now. Okay. For those who chose hashtag two, hashtag two. You've been worried that your decision is going to leave you feeling stranded. Is it stranded or actively paused in order to gain some degree of stillness? And that stillness would gift you the clarity that you're seeking in regards to what direction you should go. So is it stranded or is it intentional attempt to pause, to slow you down, right? Card number 31. For those who chose hashtag two, here goes. Sweeping Sister Willow. Sweeping Sister Willow gently brings you healing for forgiveness and release of old pain now. Let her branches gracefully sweep any sadness and pain from your heart and soul. Your time for greater inner freedom is dawning, and the cleansing sadness and healing of forgiveness is a pathway to that greater freedom now. You deserve this freedom, and you are swiftly becoming ready to gift it to yourself with the help of Kuan Yin. Forgiveness is a way to raise your vibration by shedding old energies that drain you and prevent you from having all your power available to you now. It is a chance to free yourself from suffering and empower yourself. Sweeping Sister Willow guides you to forgive others and yourself abundantly and freely now. You may be very aware of your own need for forgiveness, or this may come as a surprise to you, in which case, Be open to hearing the truth of who or what needs to be forgiven and released from Mother Willow, from Willow Mother, from deep within your own heart. It may be a small incident from when you were a child or a significant experience that you have just put to one side in an effort to carry on with your life. This approach has been admirable, and yet there's always a time to confront, forgive, and move on, not just in mind, but genuinely in the body. This oracle indicates that you are in the process of forgiving others and that you also need to remember to forgive yourself for being human and needing to learn and grow just like everyone else. You do not have to be perfect, and sometimes it is in forgiving ourselves that we become most able to forgive others too. We suffer less from harsh judgments, which do not feel good for our heart and drain our soul forces. Instead, we experience more kindness, sweet nurturing from sweeping Sister Willow, Kuan Yin in her form of forgiveness and healing, and enjoy more peace of mind. Forgiveness is a powerful spiritual practice that helps you disconnect your energetic circuits from people, places, situations, and memories that can drain your power from the present moment and slow down your spiritual growth and the physical manifestation of your heart's desire and soul purpose. At present, you are growing spiritually and you need your power in the present moment to fuel your process. Like surfing a wave, you're about to be lifted. So forgive with sincerity and wisdom. And no, this doesn't mean you are permitting future abuse. It means you are ready to have your power in the present moment. You have compassion and allow the universe to direct the learning of every being on this planet. You let go of thoughts of revenge and you free yourself from the past. It's about moving forward in a way that's very intentional, in a way that helps you to really just embrace the process you're in and the person you are blossoming into. Give yourself the time and the space. Allow yourself to receive the compassion you so freely give to others. This is like so important. It's a part of your journey that most people will often think is, you're messing up, you're lost, you're broken, you're this, you're that, all of these negative things, right? I hesitate um, to be permissive of people identifying as broken. You know, hold on, because I know that there are parts of me that are fractured, but I don't believe I'm broken. Let me let's see. To split or fragment so as to no longer function or exist. Hmm. I'm wondering, is even the identification of my fractured parts some hyper intellectualized way to identify myself, or at least parts of me, as broken? You have to be careful about the words you use to identify yourself with. If you use them long enough, it becomes a part of your actual identity. So now, as I told you guys at the beginning of this reading, I like to audit myself frequently. I like to see the spaces in which I'm ready for more growth because I've achieved a higher degree of maturity emotionally, intellectually, energetically. However, right? In what ways are you using words to label yourself in a way that's inaccurate for you? A way that diminishes the truth of your power, the truth of your potential, your purpose, your capabilities. I'm going to have to begin refraining from saying I have parts that are still fractured. Although I don't feel any negative emotions when I state what I perceive to be my current state, I'm realizing that maybe I've matured in some way and that word is no longer appropriate, and that a more appropriate word needs to be found. A word that can accurately identify the process I'm in, where I'm at in that process, while simultaneously claiming more of my own power back into my identity. Let me look up a word. So, split or fragment, right? Define prismatic. Prisms. Form separated or distributed by an optical prism or something acting as one. Having such symmetry that a general form with faces cutting all axes at unspecified intercepts is a prism. I'm prismatic and I'm in a prismatic state. There are parts of me that are still in a prismatic state where it takes the totality of me and fragments it in such a way that gives me the gift and the honor of seeing the components that make up that part of me. Is a rainbow broken? Or is it just bent light, where a singular light is bent into its components, fragmented, but not broken, right? So I'm not fractured. There are parts of me in varying states of prismatic healing activity. I think that's more accurate. I think that is much more accurate and much more worthy a descriptor word for the process I'm in. Be careful, even to the most mildest degree of identifying as something less than what you actually are. You identify as that long enough, it becomes a part of your identity. I will not diminish myself anymore. And when I find spaces in which I am still diminishing myself, albeit in a hyper intellectualized manner, um, I will then need to correct that because I deserve to know myself, see myself, and identify myself as the wholeness that I actually am, regardless of where I am in that process. It's every part of it is valid. Every part of you and every part of your process is valid, powerful, and growing you in ways you might not even realize yet. Regardless, you're turning heads. People are noticing. And as they notice, it brings your attention to the things you need to pay attention to about yourself. Let yourself see yourself in the proper light this time. No more funhouse mirrors. No more weird lights. Allow yourself to stand in the light of your truth and see yourself clearly with no distortions. That's what you deserve at this point. That's what you deserve. So, guys, I'm going to be going live on TikTok later this evening, probably around um 5:30 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I want to give people time to get off of work. So probably around 5:30 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go look for me on TikTok. I'm Emmy Evolving across all social media. Don't follow or fall for clone accounts. I never reach out. I never solicit you for services. And I don't run any type of contest where I'm going to reach out to you and tell you you've won. No, no, no. That is someone lying. So, the only way to get a session with me is through my live stream expedites or by booking a session directly through my website, emmyevolving.com. If you are needing to have something done, you're needing some type of energetic assistance, life coaching. I'm a life coach, you guys. I'm also a spiritual coach. I provide all sorts of different services. Go check it out, emmyevolving.com. If you are ready to learn how to be your own healer You are ready to learn how to harness your power and have clients. K33academy.com. I run a certification program and I have a cycle coming up. I'm still taking in students for this upcoming cycle. It's tentatively scheduled to start end of May. And we have a whole bunch of different workshops. I have the Black Magic Revocation Workshop this Saturday. Go check it out, k33academy.com or emmyevolving.com. I'll see you guys again very soon. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, all of that content creator jazz. Do it for me. And then meet me at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tonight, TikTok. It's a platonic date. Yes. Friendship date. Yes. Yes. See you guys there.